Hello everybody and welcome back to Saxlingham. So we have skipped on 2 months to make sure that we can get in and do some harvesting, because from what I believe we've done everything that we need to do. So we'd have just been sat waiting around doing contracts, which I do believe we've done plenty of that. So we are going to go start with the canola field over here, which, thinking about it, I probably shouldn't have done, because that canola field on our right isn't ready yet, and it would have been better to come and do them both together. But anyways, it doesn't matter. So we've got this, we've got the pea field to do, and we also have our barley field to do. So this is obviously where we're starting. We'll move on then maybe to the barley field, and then obviously get the peas done. That would be trying to work out what's the best sort of way to go about it all. But at the time of recording this, the new Highlands Fishing has just been, I think, is it pre-released to content creators that I think it's all to do, you can become part of Farm Sim's, is it farming community, or I can't remember what it is, where when you get monetized by YouTube, I think it's the same parameters that Farming Simulator go by, which then means that depending on what bracket you're in with them, you can get early release and all that sort of thing. So I've been watching myself, the likes of Dagwin doing his, where he's been doing sort of three videos a day, which it's been nice to sort of see and catch up with. But that was released for them. Well, they were allowed to publish them yesterday. So I'm looking at this series and now thinking we are on the Fent, but no, we're on we're on episode, I think, is it 50, 55, 56? I'll have to have a quick look, I can't quite remember which episode we're on now. So we are on, if we go, just looking at my phone on YouTube, 54, so this is episode 55. So I'm thinking that it may be worth saying that this is the last harvest. I think this episode will be coming out on the 17th or 18th of November. So theoretically, by the time we've got everything harvested, everything sold and whatnot, we should be sort of into the 60s with episodes. So I think it'll be a good time, because when on this coming Tuesday, of when the Highlands Fishing gets released, obviously I'll want to focus on that as much as I can, because it will certainly help me out, being the one thing that a lot of people will be looking to go for. So that's my sort of plan. So this series will come to an end after this harvest is done, which it is an absolute, I do believe it is an absolute shame, because it is an amazing map. I've thoroughly enjoyed this map. I just want to change this to 2, makes life a bit easier. I've thoroughly enjoyed this map, but I think it's like anything, just time's come to change. We'll continue on with Alma. Obviously we'll do that for a little while, but I am on the lookout for maybe something to do survival sort of wise, using small machinery, because that's one thing looking back through, obviously Oakbridge, this and Alma, we're doing a lot with all the big machinery, so I would like to take it back to basics. Go small and stay small, not go small and just get huge, all of a sudden. But anyways, we have this field to do. It's the first time we're also doing it with the increased grain tank. So before, I think it was at 13,000 litres. We're now 20,000 in this tank. Well, I think that's the first time we've done this field within one time lapse. Right, we'll just put the auger out so we can start to call in the class to come to us. I did swap it for the fast track because for some reason on auto drive it gets to some corners and it just doesn't seem to want to work. So anyways, we've just had a quick swap to the class, and the class and the fence seem to work fairly well together. That's 99 and 100. So we'll just wait here to get emptied into the class. We'll get this final little bit, and then it will be time to sell field 41, which is a shame because I think is that the first field we bought of 50? I can't remember. It was the first big field we went and got. But yeah, so once we've done this last stretch, that can be sold. We're going to move on to the barley field so we can get the barley cut and baled in this episode. And time depending, we'll move on to the peas, which obviously is field 38. So my plan for the Highland expansion is I'm going to start it off with all Giants mods, the ones that they've released on Mod Hub, and obviously the ones that you get in the expansion pack, with just a few added mods in. You know, obviously I'll keep Easy Dev, that'll stay in, likes of Round Baler extension, all them smaller sort of mods, but I'm not going to pack it out like this in Almara, and I'm just going to go from there and see how it goes. I'm toying with not using precision farming because I think it's a fantastic mod. Well, I say mod, DLC, however you want to call it. It is brilliant, precision farming. But I think it may be nice just to go back to the roots a bit more than what we've been doing. But right, let's just get this last little bit into the combine. The fish farming is something that I'm very much looking forward to going to go and do. I don't know whether we will spend all our money, get a loan and whatnot to go big with it straight away, because I think it may be quite nice to just go slowly with it, but definitely going to get it so we can do, is it trout and salmon, I think, do the young trout and salmon. We're going to definitely do that first, and then go from there. And I think it would be worth starting on something like 250,000 instead of the bog standard 100,000. Why is there nothing coming to me? Okay, so there's our final little bit going in. Oh, don't do that to me. 1%. Oh, I'm sort of stranded now, aren't I? How long till that feels ready? Okay, that's next month, but I don't really want to miss out on these two. And I don't particularly want to harvest that and sell it like so quickly. Right, we'll have to stop the fend. So getting the huge load of 313 litres, which fills up a bit more of the trailer than what I thought it would do. Right, we'll get that tipped, we'll sort the combine out and take that up to field 50. So, we're not allowed to fold with the pipe out. So let's fold that up, and I've completely forgot what buttons I should be pressing then. And we'll go take this to the trailer, and then, like I say, we'll make our way. How much diesel we used? I'm sure this is the first field we've done since I filled it up, and we've done a third of a tank just doing that. I'll have to have a look at what settings I've got on. I'm sure I'd moved them to high, or definitely to normal. I know fuel consumption in 22 I didn't really like, because you could go like 2 or 3 years with a tractor and not having to fill it up at all. So I have changed that for 25, but I don't think it'd be that much. Something else I also noticed was obviously onions is a new crop type in the Highland expansion, and the onion, the Grimmy, it's not a combine, is it, but that lifts up the onions off the floor, that can be converted into a potato harvester. So, and it looks the exact same one as the one I was going to use to do the potatoes on here. So because of that, I've decided I'm going to change that, and we are going to use the Lizard Colossus. We're going to use that and the potato header to do our potato field on here, which also means that we're going to have to look at selling a few things. Obviously our sprayer, I don't think we need our sprayer again, so that can go, and the tatey planter, which annoyingly we've just bought and yet now have no need for it. So what I will go and do whilst we're here though, however, is if we go onto the map, field 41, let's sell that. So that will bring us to over $1 million, but we do have the loan. So let's go special redemption 587473. Has that done it? There we go. So that's now paid off. So we now have no loan, which is absolutely amazing. Let's drop that down. We need to make sure we go for a straw swath here. This is probably going to drop it in the grass, yeah. We'll get a straw swath because this wants to be baled, but we want 2 headlands again. Like I say, that's just my personal preference with a lot of things. And there. So we will get this done. We'll have to wait for our 2 tractors, wherever they are. They should, I'm hoping that they're tipping before coming to us. But we currently have 1 stuck up there and 1 stuck over there. Well, there is another field done. I'm just hoping that I can get all this into that trailer, otherwise we're going to be left with another awkward little bit in here. You can see the Fent is on his way back to the yard to go unload, so we may need him to come back up here. I don't know, unless we can take this to the pea field and then just unload there, which would probably be the most sensible option. Once we've done this, we're going to go jump into the JCB, into the fast track. We're going to bring that up here and we'll get this baled. We're not going to be selling this field today because I want to obviously get it baled and get the bales moved, which we won't be doing that because after the baling, for a final job of this episode, I want to go to 38, get the peas harvested. And then that means, 45's ready as well. What's in 45? Oh, I've got wheat up there. So do we get these fields done that are far away? Oh, this is interesting. How far off are the potatoes been? So potatoes are next month. Potatoes are next month. Canola's next month. Soybeans aren't. So unless do I leave... I'm just trying to avoid doing too much harvesting. Oh, brilliant. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Well, that's handy then. It took all of it. It took all of it. But yeah, I'm just trying to avoid doing too much harvesting. Obviously, we're doing this episode, we're doing 3 time-lapse of harvesting and 1 of baling. So, right, let's just have a think about where's probably the best place for us to go. So I have decided we'll go to the P's purely for the fact of it means I'm driving down here and I can just nip through to go and get the fast track, which I know in this series there's never been a ban for say on jumping around, but obviously I started this series as sort of doing a bit of a storyline sort of thing, but then the time it takes to do something like that is it's ridiculous, to be fair, and to try to turn out an episode one episode every day, it's hard work to do. So that's why I've slowly transitioned it back into just a normal Let's Play. But yeah, so the whole tabbing thing, it hasn't really been a thing on this. I can still do it, but anyways, so we're gonna do the peas next with the combine after we've done the baling. And we're going to do that because, like I say, it gets me to here, and then we'll go put the baler on here, and then we'll get that straw baled, and then what we'll do in the first job in the next episode, if I can remember that far ahead, we will go and do that top field with the wheat in it. I'm hoping my baler's here. Yeah, there it is. Then we'll go do that top field with the wheat in it, and then it means that when we come down to do, because we'll have to rest and then go to the canola field with this way on, so then we can then go do go do some more baling. It just gives us some other jobs to do. Like after you've done the 2 balings, it's balings, the 2 fields baled. Obviously, it's then to get the auto stacker to bring him back. I must stop him and make sure he's going to the right field. So yeah, I am very, very excited for the new expansion. It's something that door really annoys me, but I don't. Alright, close that, it'll open again in a second. I'm really, really excited for this expansion to get into the fish and so on, and it'd be nice, like I say, to bring the game back to sort of its bread and butter as it were, but with some few sort of like mods that help out, with your quality of life, let's say. Well, this has certainly been the quickest job out of the whole lot, baling at 14 miles an hour. I do like that. I don't know whether it's because of this baler that we can do it so fast, or it's actually what we can do. But right, let's turn that off and empty. We will keep the bale in. We won't empty the part bale. That's something that will be going into the new expansion. That part unload part bale early mod, because that is just, for me, it's a quality of life thing. And when you're renting a baler, which I imagine we'll have to do to start off with, there's nothing worse. And if you look at that there and think there's 6,000 litres in there, and per 1,000 you're getting 150 pounds. So it's almost £1,000 you're leaving in the baler. But right, let's get to our combine, which is parked up on this top grass here, I think. Is that where I left it? Or along the side? We'll go jump into that. We can then look to get the peas harvested. And then to finish off, what I would like to do is sell our Tatey planter, which is annoying because I was really looking forward to using that. And for the cost of it being 200 or just shy of £200,000, it's going to be a long time till we get another one. So right, let's turn that off and jump into here. This is all clean before we started. Now look at it. There won't be much value left in this combine by the end. Right. And I don't know whether I'll, the likes of this P mod that we've got, where we can use the combine header, I don't know whether they will keep that, whether that will go in. But I would like to strip it back, strip the game back as much as possible, but to a point of where it's still, for myself, enjoyable and it makes things easier to do. Right. Let's just set our headland. So steering assist 2, like so, and yeah, we'll get on and get this cut. Wow, that's taken some time. It's only stopping to unload. That's what takes just so much time. Right, well, I am trying to decide what is the best option, because I started with field 38, so I don't know whether it's worth selling or not, or whether we should keep it, because I think it was this 75 we started with. We started with 38. Well, we're almost at 1 million just with those, and 39. So there's about 1.2 million worth of land. So I think, we started with 68. I think we won't sell. We won't sell a farm. We can, do we sell a productions? I think we'll leave the buildings and leave the productions we have. I may sell the the selling station. May sell that, I don't know. But Yeah, it's the same with Oakbridge. I was very unsure of what would be sort of acceptable to sell. So I think if we keep this field, keep the top field, and keep the yard as it is, I think that's fine. Because otherwise, we'll make. I know we spent money on building, building the sheds and all that sort of thing. But like we just said, it'll be roughly about 1.2 million we'll make just from selling the land that we started with, and I don't think that's roughly. Well, I don't think that's very fair. Right, as that is on cruise control, so we just need to get the bales off field 50, then that can be sold. But we'll do the bales as one time lapse. So in the next episode, we'll start on 45, get that harvested and then baled, and then get them off. And then field 40 will be ready next month, and field 2. But I reckon we need as much time as possible with the potatoes. So if we look here, so we've got 2 months to get the potatoes in. Which, if we're going down the Colossus route, that's a lot cheaper to rent. Well, it's a lot cheaper in value than the potato harvester, so I think that could be a better option for us. We've only just got this last bit in here, so get that in, open that up, and we'll just wait for this to unload in. I should really turn it off and lift it up. Should make life easy for the Fent, I would like to think, although he looks like he's trying to drive into a fence. I can only hope. Yes, brilliant. Auto drive and courseplay working together like this, well, not courseplay I should say, this is purely down to auto drive, is fantastic. I just wish you could unload on the move, because that would get through these jobs like rapid if that was the case. But right, once this is unloaded, we'll jump into the fast track and we'll go sell the potato planter, because we don't need that, and that's going to be worth a lot of money. So I want to try get all that in, but I just worry that if I jump out now, the auto drive will turn itself off, so it'll stop unloading. Right, brilliant. So let's put the auger back. I don't think that tractor will go to sell, which is okay. So let's hop out into there. Let's get into here. And we can go and empty these peas. Actually, I think... Why is that not... Oh, we can't... we can't put peas into here. We've got to go to this silo for all peas. Yeah, I think we'll call it a do at that, personally. So let's drive into here and mind that big dip in the ground just there. And it'll be interesting to see how much these peas will be worth when it comes time to sell. And annoyingly, we put soybeans in, which they won't be. It's June time that they want to be sold. Time-saving stock check. So peas, we have 356,000 worth of peas. We have 143,000 of canola and 46 of barley, so the barley's pretty pretty useless. But unfortunately there's nowhere to sell lime, liquid fertilizer, herbicide. I'm not bothered about the salts and the weed free. We can sell the seeds though, so I'm just trying to think, is it worth barley bean? I think it's probably worth, putting all the barley in to make seeds and then sell all the seeds. Can we do that? Where is what show up on here? Let's have a look. Or is it just wheat? I can't remember what it was. I hope it's not just wheat. I have a funny feeling it's going to be though. Crop 0. I'm going to give that a go. Put all wheat into here. And then let's just have a look back on here. Put all our barley in, sorry. And then transfer that into seed. So that's saying we've got 2,000. Is that what seed is out? Because that's saying we've got 6,000 litres of seed. I think that's what we're going to do. I think that could be a very good money maker for us. It should be fairly decent. That's just whether, with it saying crop, I'm guessing we will be able to do that. But anyways, I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.